Hey everybody, out here with the uh, the Graybo Riviera. That's what it is. The Bulldog. Smoking some more some more North Sea from Tinderbox. The more I smoke of this, the more I like it. Yeah, if I sound sick, it's because I have been sick. I've actually been on vacation, the last little bit of my vacation before my anniversary in August, so I had to take it or I'd lose it. Thursday through today, 5 days in a row, and I came down with a cold the day before my vacation started. Wonderful, wonderful luck. But I'd rather, I guess, if I gotta be sick, I'd rather be sick at home instead of sick at work. I am having trouble keeping it lit. It is, it's been hot as balls today, and if you'll pardon the phrase, I think it's been over 100 today in West Tennessee, and I know a lot of people say, well, that's not hot. Yeah, it's hot. I don't care if it's 120 degrees over in Phoenix. You guys probably don't have a humidity of 80%, 90%. Because believe me, it's like the air is like soup right now. 100-degree weather, and the humidity is almost complete water. I don't know how the humidity can get so high in this area and it not be raining, truth be told. Because the thing about humidity is once the humidity gets over about 80%, and it may even be as low as 70%, anyway, once it gets over a certain percentile, sweat does not evaporate. So you don't cool off. The biological function that keeps you from overheating in extreme heat does not work in extreme humidity. So, yeah, it's been pretty bad. Anyway, enough bitching about that. Once again, I'm out here in the hallway. The lights out here are not very good. You can't really see the beard that well, but it's at the point where I consider it a beard again. It's probably at about 4 weeks worth of growth, even though it's only been a little over 2 weeks since the horrible accident. So once, it's at the point where I'm once again comfortable with calling it a beard, but it's going to be another 2 weeks before it gets back anything resembling like it was. Well, just a couple more updates aside from me being sick. I have apparently developed a taste for Ernest Hemingway. Let's see, try to make sure I'm not blocking the mic there. I sat down in Hastings bookstore last night and read through The Short Happy Life of Francis McComber, and really enjoyed it. I mean, Hemingway's style is what I've always aspired to do with my own writing. The little blurb that I once read said that Hemingway tried to find meaning in action, dialogue, and silence. In other words, he did not like to describe things. He liked to. He's very action-oriented, and I don't mean like every story is going to be, frolicking adventure. I mean, you can tell a lot about his characters, not in the way he describes their personalities, but in the way he reveals their actions. You can tell their motives and their thoughts behind their actions. And that's something that I've always tried to do. I don't know if I've talked much about my own writing here, but this is not really the venue for talking about writing, for me anyway. But I really love Hemingway's style. And I know that it's not really kosher these days for a guy to like Hemingway, and all the rumors about his misogynism and racism and all that. But to be honest, if someone tells me a good story, then I don't really care what their own personal philosophies were. Like, I love the old Conan stories by Robert Howard. And, I mean, you can plainly, you can read it and you can infer that he was racist from a lot of his descriptions of non-white characters. And he might have been a little bit of a womanizer at that, but he told a good story. And I don't know, maybe some people will disagree, but I read stories for the stories. For me, it's story first, and then all the ideas and themes are far, far below. I love story for the sake of story, and I'm one of those art for the sake of art guys. I don't like to muddy it up with themes and ideas. Those will undoubtedly enter in, but the writer who approaches the typewriter or the desk or the computer or whatever, the writer who approaches his work with the idea of preaching a theme or getting a point across instead of telling the damn story is not going to do that good of a job, in my opinion. So, and my own philosophy has always been, I'll let the literary types worry about writing the great American novel. I just want to tell a story that I would like to read. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this past month I have actually been making mead. It's mead, the old Viking honey wine. And about a month ago, I bought 3 pounds of honey. Mixed it into a gallon of water, a little bit of a little bit of lemon, a little bit of nutmeg, and not much of anything else. Brewed it, and then poured the wort into, which the wort is the unfermented drink. Poured the wort into a gallon jug, just an old plastic green tea gallon jug, and poured in some Scottish ale yeast. And 2 weeks ago, bottled it with help of my friend who's been brewing his own beer for a little while. I actually was drinking one of his porters in an earlier video, but he helped me bottle it and gave it 2 weeks to carbonate, and I cracked one open tonight, and it was really good. I'm proud. It was good. And, sweetness of the honey, a little bit of the lemon in the background, and just a little bit of fizz from the carbonation, and it was really good. But anyway, running out of time, so y'all take it easy and happy trails.